On Monday, Donald Trump made another appeal to the Second U.S. Court of Appeals about removing his case from his 34 felony convictions in Manhattan to federal court. Now, the deadline for doing normally removing his case to federal court had long since passed, and the last time he tried with the district court judge shot it down, said there's no basis in law as to why you need to go to federal court. Everything was state level crimes. You were not president during the crimes that they say you committed, and none of it had to do with you being president um, for any of it. So there's no federal issue here. And now he's asking the Second Court of Appeals to delay his sentencing and take up this matter because he thinks that the Supreme Court's immunity decision should somehow apply to this, and that Judge Merchan didn't give it enough weight, etc., and that he should be able to take his case to federal court, which would then ultimately allow him to reach the U.S. Supreme Court. Now, this is probably going to get shot down more than likely, and I don't think the Supreme Court's going to touch it because this appeal will not be heard until after the election, an election which it is looking more and more likely day by day because of just everything going on that he is going to lose. This appeal also will not be heard until after the sentencing deadline or the sentencing date of November 26th, I believe, in the Manhattan District case where he is facing sentencing for those 34 felony convictions. So Donald Trump wants to see, if he can get the Second Court of Appeals to issue some kind of emergency stay, delay the sentencing so this can be resolved at the federal level. I don't think it's going to happen. Um, and there's probably not going to be an emergency stay. And they may hear these oral arguments and dismiss it outright after that. So I don't expect this to be an issue. I think he still will be sentenced in November because most of the protections he's hoping for stem from the fact that he was president and that he is campaigning to be president again. And I think once he loses this election, they are going to not give him the same latitude that they have been, and he's not going to know how to react. Plus, his fundraising is going to start drying up, and he will not be able to afford all of these appeals. These appeals do cost money, and he's only been able to afford it so far because of the fact that he keeps donations coming in, things like that. I think that's going to dry up after the election as well. So he's trying once again to appeal this case to the appellate court to get it pulled to federal court, and I don't think it's going to be an issue. I think he will be sentenced on November 26th. And after that, I expect these cases to start going rather quickly because he will not be given the same preferential treatment that he's been getting so far.